story that just kind of sent light bulbs going off for me. It came from Noah Tillman Young, who is the founder of Steady Horse. Now, if you've never watched Noah with horses, you have really missed something. He has this gentle spirit that just really forges a connection with the horses. And once he started working with a horse, it doesn't matter how ornery they were or how difficult or even dangerous they were, they just mellow out and they become safe. They become, like a pet, what you actually are looking for with your horse. Today I was watching one of his videos, and it was such a revelation that we can bring into marketing and into finding clients that I think you'll agree with me. This is a really valuable lesson. So let me tell you what was in this video that he shared today. It was a video of two women who are out horseback riding, just having fun with their horses and with one another. But they're coming along a country path, and on this side of the fence, they are on the other side of the fence, but on this side of the fence, we see a dog who is paying attention because he hears them coming up the path. Well, the nearer they get, all of a sudden you see the lead horse, its head lift up, like it's aware that something is going on. And as soon as the dog starts barking and making a big commotion, that front horse rears, throws the front woman off of, actually, it's not rears, it's bucking, throwing her off. But then Noah slowed the video down. And this is where it got interesting, because it looked like, just from what we could see, that front horse was acting up and wanted to run home, and the other horse just chased it. But when he slowed it down, you could see this deep connection between the two horses. And you can see their legs. And every step the front horse makes, the back horse makes it identically. These two horses are so connected, they look like they're dancing a ballet together. Just the footsteps, the movement, the shifting, the turning, and the two of them running home. And inevitably, both women ended up being thrown, and the horses were gone. Now, think about that. As professionals, as solopreneurs, how many times do we think we're doing really well working with a client, and the next thing we know, the client is gone and they have chosen somebody else? Now, it's happened to me. I know it's probably happened to you as well. So let's look at what might be happening using these horses as an example. What Noah said that really stood out to me was this: those two horses were connected to one another. They were not connected to their rider. And that's really the secret of what Noah does. He builds a deep connection, an unbreakable bond with the horse that he's working with. It's built on trust and confidence and all kinds of other things. But that horse does exactly what he asks it to do, because they are the two who are in tandem. They are the two who are connected. So when Noah leans, the horse moves that direction. When Noah does make some movement, the horse knows what he wants and just does it. Instead of those two horses being in tandem and just throwing the women off their backs, we just want them off of us. We just want to run because we are scared, and the one horse's fear is feeding the other horse's fear, and things get out of control. So let's look at let me ask you a question. Who are your prospects connected to? If they are turning you down, if they are hearing a dog barking and they say, uh-oh, there's danger here, are they listening to you? Are they connecting with you? Or are they connecting with somebody else who's making them want to run scared? This is the important question. This is what we're going to look at today. Because honestly, they need to be connected to you, or you won't get that yes that you're looking for. Now, there is a myth that you can make money on autopilot. And isn't that really, that's the kind of thing that makes us quit our job and go solo. This idea that I can build a business that makes money on autopilot, it's bringing in money 24/7. I could be off at the beach, drinking a cocktail, making money, getting rich. Well, that's a beautiful picture. I haven't found it yet. A good business takes work. It takes work building it. It takes work managing it. It takes work making it grow. And the honest truth is, if you're not making it grow, you're letting it shrink. It will never be that 24/7 autopilot that you probably were promised when you decided, yeah, I want to do this. I'm going to go solo and I'm going to get rich. You might be able to get rich. I hope to get rich. But the honest truth is you won't do it on autopilot. And here's why. You have to build a connection with your audience. My joke with my friends is that my business plan is give me your money and leave me alone. And what is that really? It's just kind of building on that whole idea that I want to build a business that runs on autopilot, where my business is earning money, filling up my bank account, and I can just write books, I can read, I can go piddle in the yard, I can go pull weeds, whatever it is that I want to do. The reality is that's not a good business plan. It never will be. And no, that's not the business I'm building because I know that. But if you are trying to build that kind of a business, you are letting your prospects connect with somebody else rather than you. You must be present. I have a sticky note that I keep right in front of me all the time. And it says, show up, deliver value, that's the job. This is the sticky note that I keep. I think I have one on this monitor. I probably have a very similar message on my other monitor in the other room, because that's the job. The only way I'm going to build a connection with my prospects is to be present. Now, that's not saying I'm present as much as I should be, but I know that's what it takes. And I encourage you to adopt the same mindset. This whole concept of making a living by just making offers and people are going to want to buy just because you made an offer, that's never going to happen. That will never, ever happen, because you must build this unbreakable bond with your prospects. You've got to build that connection so that when you turn, they turn. When you put your right leg forward, they put their right leg forward. They are in tandem with you. So when you say, I see a problem, they say, what? What's the problem? When you say, I have a solution, they say, really? Tell me more, because they are connected to you. Now, what are these connections built on? Let's back up and look at what this connection means. The first thing I think of, I'm a mother. I've got 2 kids who are grown now. And even now, as adults, they will reach out to me and my husband when they have a question. They have an idea or they're stepping into something that they've never done before, and they will reach out and say, hey, what are your thoughts on this? Because there's a connection, and that connection is built on trust. We don't judge them. We don't make them feel less than. We never do the one-up thing with our kids, because that would make them lose this connection with us. The connection is more important than anything else. It's more important than us being right. It's more important than us being superior on any level. And honestly, the older they get, the more independent they should be, the less they should feel the need to reach out to us. So that's, forcing them to come to us is never the goal, because that's not really what the bond is. The bond, the connection, is that they trust us never to make them feel less than. They trust us to help them be successful. And the information that we share with them can help them be successful, so they keep coming back for more. It's like an airplane is out in the air, it's flying, it's out soaring through the clouds, and all of a sudden it looks down and it realizes it's low on fuel. So it calls, now I don't know the reality of how this is happening, but basically there's another plane that can refuel them without them having to land. That's the plane that they're going to pull over, hook up to, connect to, and that fuel is going to keep them soaring. That's got to be you for your prospects. When your prospects feel low on fuel, when they feel like their radar is a little off, they don't quite know where they are, when there's a storm and they can't see the ground, when there's an equipment failure and they need someone to guide them, that needs to be you. So it's built on trust. It's built on giving solutions, giving guidance, telling people how to act, what's coming up, forecasting the future so they feel more confident moving forward. It's about addressing those emotions, minimizing fear and worry and lack of confidence, and building up courage, motivation, inspiration, this feeling that, yes, I got this, I can do it. If you are that source, you're refueling people. You are helping them succeed. And when they are uncertain, they're going to turn to you because that's what they're looking for. That feeling that, yeah, I got this, I can do this. You need to be that source. Otherwise, you are going to lose your prospects. Every time you make an offer, they're not going to go, oh, yeah, that's the thing for me. I got to go there. Instead, they'll turn to someone else, that lead horse, and they're going to say, what do you think? And they're going to be in tandem with that other source. You've got to be the source. Now, for me, I think about how do I do this? I think about 3 things. Number 1 is actually what's on my sticky note. Be present. Be present. Don't be president. Be present. You've got to be there. You've got to be visible. You've got to be sharing stuff. You've got to share generously. So be present, be generous, always deliver value. Do not give people bad fuel. If you're going to fuel them, give them stuff that will help them like supercharge everything. You want to see them succeed, because if you are the fuel that makes them succeed, guess what? They're coming back to you. So that's how you do it. And for me personally, I'm a content marketer. I cannot even envision a better way to do this than with content. Books, videos, blog posts, speaking, events, workshops, whatever you can do to help people succeed, any of these things are fair game. It's more about empowering people to succeed, helping them see the same vision you see, getting yourselves on that same path and connected. So when that dog starts making noise on the other side of the fence, the front horse just turns his ear back to you and says, what? Oh, okay, I don't need to worry about it. There's a fence between us. Got it. Okay, we'll keep going. If the horses had been connected to their riders, that's the message they would have gotten. But they weren't connected to their riders. Just like your prospects may not be connected to you. You must build that connection. So it's not just in order to get the sale, though. You must also do it after the sale. Think about the churn. All right, a lot of membership sites, for instance, I've heard there's a 3-month typical membership before people will churn off, which makes it really hard to turn that recurring revenue into a good income stream. So, I think about this a lot because as I'm putting together different ways I can serve people, that recurring revenue model sounds really good, but I have to think, yeah, but how can I make people feel that connection? How can I make them want to stay? And really, this connection is it. They must feel connected. They must feel like you are delivering success. You're not just delivering a product. You're making them into an expert who other people admire. I saw not long ago, it was like a camera. And rather than just selling the camera, they taught people how to be better photographers. So then as they shared their images, that got admiration from their friends, from their peers, everywhere they went. And that lifted them up. It made them feel successful. And of course, they were loyal to that brand of camera. That's what we're going for. That's the goal here. So even after you sell the product, you need to provide training, coaching. You need to make people feel successful. You need to build their confidence that they know what they're doing. So people will turn to them and go, wow, you're so amazing. And then they are turning to us going, thank you it's because of you I got here. Now, see the loyalty that will build when you do it that way. Ultimately, if you want to succeed in business, you can't have the mindset, give me your money and leave me alone. You have to build this type of connection. You have to help your people succeed. That will make them connect with you on a much deeper level. It will be an unbreakable bond that helps you keep them in your circles long term. And then whatever kind of business model you build, it won't matter because they will be hungry for whatever you've got. They will trust you to give them the information they need. It's about being more for them than for yourself. Ultimately, we've heard this for years, for decades. People have been saying the best way to be successful is to help other people succeed. But when I saw this video of the horses and the synchronization of their movements, that's when it occurred to me, that's what we're after. We want to build synchronous movement where when we take a step, the people who are with us, our people, take that step with us. Because then when we say, this is what's coming and this is what you need to do, man, they'll be there. There are some people I follow who are that way. If they say you need to do this thing, I listen. But we want our prospects to listen to us as well. And the best way I can tell you to do that is to build this kind of an unbreakable bond. Be good fuel, be jet fuel for your prospects. Be present, help them succeed, and they will be there for you. That's it for today. Thank you for being here. Check out Solopreneur Life for more great stuff on building your solopreneur business and being a success, because that's what we're all after, right? Stay awesome.